What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 40 of If I Had a Hammer. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and click that like button. Now, before we get into today's match versus Tottenham Hotspur, an all-important derby in the league, we gotta go over all the matches over the last month plus to get to this point. 4 of them in the league, of course, our second semifinal match in the Capital One Cup, and then our 4th round FA Cup match versus Oldham. Let's take a look at the reviews. After a 0-0 draw to Chelsea, we then took on last place Sunderland and came away with a very solid 3 points, defeating them by the score of 4-2. Kyan Vandenbroek starting us off right in the 5th minute, and then Łukasz Teodorczyk with a hat trick on the day. Almost had a double brace, missing a penalty late in the match for Sunderland. Yoon-Suk Young and Connor Wickham, the goal scorers on that side, but it was never in doubt that we were going to be the victors on this day. 18 shots, 10 on target, 54% possession. Sunderland did have a lot of chances, give them credit. They did make the most of their time on the ball, but unfortunately for them, our defensive line came down when it mattered. Yes, it did look a little bleak late, and actually a little bleak early on, but in the middle of all that, the defense held solid. Victor Lindelof and Lucas looking in fine form on the day, and overall, like I said, 3 points against the last place team. Couldn't have asked for anything more. We then traveled away to St. James's Park to take on their northeast rivals in Newcastle, and were able to come away with the 3 points by the score of 2-1. Poyampala and Lene, the goal scorers on our side. Newcastle getting one back just 4 minutes later after the Linetti goal, but the match was firmly in our hands throughout the entirety of the 90 minutes. In all honesty, 17 shots, 11 on target, 53% possession. There's some good attacking movement throughout the match. Can't fault the guys. The Alcacer goal was off of a corner kick, so we do have to learn to better defend ourselves on set pieces. But other than that, another solidly played match. In one of the important must-watch matches for this month, we were able to come away 2-1 victors over Arsenal in the second leg of the Capital One Cup. However, due to Arsenal already being up 1-0 at the end of the first leg, that away goal by Hector Herrera in the 82nd minute causes the Gunners to go through to the final. It's 2-2 on aggregates, but like I said, that away goal causing Arsenal to go face off against Watford in the Capital One Cup final. And I thought for sure, after the Driussi goal in the 66th minute, we were up 2-0 at the time. All I needed was to just withstand the pressure, and we would have been able to see this out. But since the start of the second half, Arsenal just threw everything at us, everything except the kitchen sink, and they were finally able to break us through with 8 minutes to go from time. Can't fault the boys. They did very well on the day, but it just wasn't enough. So we missed out on a chance for silverware, at least for the Capital One Cup. There's always the FA Cup to look forward to. And speaking of the FA Cup, we absolutely battered Oldham at our place by the score of 3-0. All 3 goals scored within the first 20 minutes. Driussi, Teodorczyk, and Van den Driesche on the score sheet. We had 18 shots, 6 of them on target, 65% possession. We did not allow Oldham very many chances. They only got 1 shot on target, and it was easily saved by Alex McCarthy filling in for Jack Bowen in net. So we move on to the 5th round, and like I said, we may not be in the Capital One Cup anymore, but we can always try for silverware in the FA Cup. In the other match I deemed important and a must-watch this month, turned out to be an absolute dud. 0-0 versus top-of-the-table Liverpool. Not even a single card in this match, as both teams combined for 6 shots total on target over the 90 minutes. I guess I can't be too mad that we actually did get a point versus Liverpool. It's just that I had to sit through this. I had to sit through a whole load of nothing just to get this result. So, whatever. Let's move on to the next match. And the final match this month against Liverpool's Merseyside rivals in Everton, we were only able to come away with a 1-1 draw. This is a very fortunate result for Everton, as they only had 5 shots total and 43% possession. They actually got on the board first in the 53rd minute. Kyan Vandenbroek, 6 minutes later, leveling it up for the Hammers. We had 19 shots, 6 of them on target, 57% possession. How did we not get more than 1 goal here? It's really, really unfortunate that our finishing just was not clinical on this day, as I felt all 3 points would have been nice here, and I felt that was more deserved instead of what we got. But a result is a result. I'm going to sound like a broken record because it's been like this for the majority of the season. We are still in 4th place, Man City in 3rd, Arsenal in 2nd, and Liverpool still holding on at the top of the table, just 4 points clear of both Arsenal and Man City. We're 8 points off the top. We're still within striking distance, but as we are coming down to it, just 12 matches left to go in the season, we really need to start making a strong push if we want to reach top 3 and get into the Champions League places. Now, Tottenham are sitting there in 7th place, but they are a force to be reckoned with. We never let our guard down. We should never let our guard down against a team like Tottenham. So let's get into the team sheet for today's match. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, it's the 15th of February. Did you make any transfers since the window closed during that month's run? And the answer is no. The only person I really wanted to go after was Scott. And of course, if you remember Scott from last episode, he is officially going to Bayern. So once he said no to me, I figured, okay, I have no other areas of the roster I need to strengthen, so let's just go out there and not buy anybody. So, no transfers this winter window. Now, getting to the team sheet, of course, we're going to be using the anchor once again, and here is the starting lineup. Butland's going to be in net, Shaw, Hoban, Lindelhoff, and Byram, the defensive backs, with Julian Desart sitting in the defensive midfield. Tielemans in that center mid role. Our three attacking mids will be Driussi, Van den Broek, and Van den Driesche. You may notice that he has an orange cross on him. That is because he has a strained wrist, and I opted to give him the cast so he can continue to play. And the guy up front, of course, big Łukasz Teodorczyk, and hopefully he can bag us a goal against Tottenham today. So cross fingers, we get a result, keep our spot in 4th place. But matches aren't played on paper, so let's kick off and see what happens. 2 minutes in, and we already have the ball off of a bad pass from Spurs. And we get the ball out to Byram, who slips it through to Van den Driesche. Van den Broek, is he going to take a shot? He does! Oh my god, I was about to say rifled and lasers, mix it together. Whatever it is, it's in the back of the net, and it's 1-0 to West Ham. First shot of the day, catching me completely by surprise, but that was some great passing movement to get it through to Van den Broek. He had 2 guys on him. I didn't think that he would have gotten off a great shot, but he was able to keep his composure, and the 19-year-old getting us a nice, solid goal. Now, unfortunately, I see off to my right that there is a highlight directly from the kickoff, and more often than not, these end badly for me. Usually between 75 and 80%, they will end up as a goal for the other team, but we could hit him on a counter right here. Unfortunately, Toby Alderweireld with a nice tackle. Christian Tello coming up the wing. Julian Desart with a tackle, but they still are going forward. Serge Aurier back into Tello to Eriksson. He does have Harry Kane sitting up top. Dele Alli out to Halilovic. Back into a Russian name I can't pronounce. Oh, and it's off the crossbar. It's a good clearance. And this is some nice end-to-end play from both teams, but it's all Spurs right now. Just cleared away. Van den Broek gets the ball out. Corner kick. Julian Desart lays it off for Van den Driesche, who then goes out to Yuri Tielemans. He can snapshot from that far out. If he finds a lane, cannoned it off of a defender, and it goes out for a corner. Yuri, now taking the corner, whips it in, goes for our post, finds Van den Driesche as we still keep coming forward with it. Van den Broek tries for a second, but it's saved by Lloris, and it goes out for another corner. Thrown from Byram, 20 minutes in, into Luke Shaw, who really shouldn't be on the other side, and it gets taken away by Spurs as they're coming forth now. Kane coming up the right wing, slips inside. Bruno Fernandes, they're doing very well with their passing. Harry Kane through to Halilovic, takes a shot, and Butland just with the save, turning around the post. I'm sitting here with 2 lemon heads right now. You got to watch out for him, but Luchkovic knots the matchup for Tottenham. I honestly got to say he wasn't marked because I wasn't thinking about marking him. But he proves me wrong that I should have a guy on him. He just goes free, and nobody was looking at him. It's all even. Bringing it inside to Tello, who has to go back out to Christian Eriksen. Luchkovic, he gets his brace, and I threw everything on him, and he gets his second. I really don't understand it. Spurs are taking the lead. Not taken away. That was some decent passing to get him into a position, but Butland, you're not even making a dive at that? Come on, man. My back line is looking very worse for wear. Luchkovic, I took a look at Luchkovic. He is a right back, and a right back has a hat trick against me. What the hell is going on here? The defense is falling completely apart. Doesn't help that I have 3 yellow cards along my back line, my back 5. That was a horrible tackle. A horrible tackle by Tommy Hoban. He really deserves that 6 and below rating, and Butland parrying into the net. It's been all Spurs since our first goal. It really has been all Spurs since our first goal. They have put our back line to shame, and I really don't know what to do except probably drop back the wingers into fullbacks and, just completely change the formation up. Something needs to change if we want to get back into this match. Being 3 goals down, and with all these yellow cards, it looks rather disgusting. So I'm going to figure out what to do for the second 45, and hopefully we can get 1 back at the very least. If not, bring it all the way back and tie it up and get a result. Nice little bit of passing from us. Wukas up to Vandenbroek, throws it into Desart, out to Driussi. He could be a... Oh... 15 minutes to go, and this match has completely died down. Yuri Tielemann's getting himself a gashed leg, but I've made all 3 of my subs, so he's got to stay on. Hopefully his injury doesn't put him out for more than a couple of weeks. Seriously, absolutely nothing in this second half. Tottenham completely shut us out. After we got up and jumped on them first, they peg us for 3. And then we can't do anything about it. That was absolutely disgusting. I'm far from pleased, and I'm sure the fans are going to be displeased. The board's going to be displeased. We definitely got to improve in the future. Oh my God! For now, we stay in 4th, but Manchester United and Chelsea sitting behind us. Well, actually, we can only drop down to 5th if United win, since they are closest to us. So at the very worst, we're going to be 5th after this match week. But God damn, we jump out 3 minutes in with a Kyan Vandenbroek shot, and then a right back pegs us with 3. A right back gets a hat trick, and I throw everything on him, and my guys cannot block him, cannot stop him. Valery Luchkovic, never heard of you. Well, it's the people you never hear of that do the worst against you. So, it is what it is. Let's take a look at the schedule for when we'll come back next episode. Moving my face over to this side so you can actually see who we're going to be facing in the upcoming month. And guess who's coming to dinner? That's right, it's Spurs once again, this time in the FA Cup. They couldn't have picked a better team, and I'm being sarcastic when I say that. They couldn't have picked a better team for us to face in the FA Cup. So hopefully we can rectify our problems that really plagued us in this match, mostly our defensive line problems, and we can come away with a result in the FA Cup. But after that, just taking a look at the next month's run of the league matches, outside of Arsenal, I feel like these are all very winnable. We have Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, of course the Gunners, Southampton, and then Watford. I think we're going to come back versus Watford at home. Not all of these teams are looking very solid. Like I said, hopefully we can come away with a win in all of them. Obviously, Arsenal notwithstanding. I just want to hope for a draw at best against the Gunners. But Watford, next episode. I hope you come back to see that. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested in the series. And subscribe if you're new and you want to see more FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.